is Jacqueline. I'm going to guide you through your practice this morning or whatever time of day you've decided to press play on. I have a little confession to make before we start today. I have not found my way to a yoga mat for a little bit. And I've taken a conscious break from the physical aspect of yoga because I have been practicing yoga off my mat quite a bit with kind of everything that's going on in life. And truthfully, I've really just kind of been enjoying the outdoors, swimming with my children, a ton of hiking with friends of mine, and those deep, heartfelt chats. And that's kind of where that physical activity has been coming to me. I have been breathing a lot, meditating, very mindful action and intention settings. So I am practicing yoga just off the mat. Because I found my way onto the mat today, I'm going to slow it right down. I haven't really been in my body for a while. So if that's your experience, this is the class for you. If you have been practicing more regularly, feel free to take any modifications you want. Even if you haven't been practicing regularly, listen to your body, and I hope you have a beautiful class. This is a great time to set an intention for your practice today. It might be something like just staying with your breath. It might be staying present in the moment. It might be practicing a bigger theme in your life, forgiveness or peace. So whatever it is, you can start to bring that into your body. We're going to start lying down on our back. Coming to lie down, knees are bent, feet at the edges of your mat, knees collapsing together. Bring one hand onto your heart, one hand onto your belly, and just let that lower back soften down into the mat. Close your eyes. And just arrive today on your mat. Arrive in your practice. As you can see, I'm outdoors today, so I'm just taking in the sounds of the bullfrogs in the back, the sounds of the birds near and distant, the sound of the wind rustling the leaves of the trees, and then weaving my breath through this beautiful orchestra that nature provides. Open up the knees so they're no longer touching. Heel toe, your feet, ankles back under your knees. And then from here, we're going to take our arms and give ourselves a nice big hug. It doesn't matter which arm's on top. Squeeze the elbows down into the chest and take one full breath here. Inhale again. Exhale, drop your knees over to the right. Let them fall down. And then we're going to pick the elbows up over the head. You can grab for opposite elbows or opposite wrists. And then with that right elbow, just bring it a little bit closer to your knees. Just giving that left side body a really good stretch. And then breathe into the left rib cage. If you're needing a little bit more intensity this morning to help discharge the nervous system, you can pick up that right leg, place it on top of the left. Remembering we're just in warm-up, so taking it nice and slow. Release the top leg if you've taken that option. Inhale, knees all the way back up to center. And then from here, we're gonna pick up our arms and our legs to the sky or to the ceiling. With nice tight closed fists, I just want you to start to roll your ankles, roll your wrists. Maybe getting that snap, crackle, pop this morning, and then switch direction. Nice tight, tight fists. Bring your legs back down to your mat. Take your hug in your opposite way, so opposite of what you had just done. Squeeze those elbows down onto the chest. Big breath in. All the way back out. Inhale again. Drop your knees over to the left. Take those arms overhead, grabbing opposite elbows or wrists. Feel that beautiful stretch now, right side body. Maybe taking your left elbow a little closer to the knees, pulling over on that right elbow to get a little bit more traction. And staying here or taking that left leg on top of the right. Release the bind. Inhale, knees back up. Take your arms and your legs back to the ceiling. Tight fists, roll it out. From here, hug the knees into the chest. Tight little ball. For now, let's just keep the head down on the mat, the shoulders down, coming into our wind reliever. Breathe that belly up to your thighs. Pull your thighs down to your belly. Compress. Chin into chest, lengthening through the back of the neck. Take your hands to the back of your legs now. Start to rock and roll up your spine. Fleshing out the spine. Tailbone right to the tops of the shoulders. And then coming to sit all the way up. Let's come into Sukhasana. Folding one leg in front of the other. Sitting up nice and tall. We're going to take a seated cat-cow. Hands come to the knees. We're going to tuck the chin to the chest. Curl back. Inhale, come forward. Arch your back. Look up. Exhale, round. Feel into that upper back. Pull forward, look all the way. Exhale, round. Lengthen. Okay, let's take it in a little bit more of a circular motion. Don't worry about what this looks like. Just feel into your body. Unlocking through the hips, unlocking through the spine. If you find a particularly juicy area, feel free to hang out there. Big breath, sit up tall. Inhale, arms all the way up, reach up. Let's take our left hand down to the left hand side. Right arm up and over. Anchor through that right sit bone. Extend, reach. Use your in-breath, come all the way back up. Exhale breath takes you over. Inhale, rise. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise. Breathing out, coming over. One more time, we're gonna hold over on the side. Inhale, up. Exhale, over. This time, drop that left ear to the shoulder. And then let's just floss the neck out. Look down towards the ground, back up. Just see what's living in the neck today. Keep the ear to the shoulder. We're going to take this upper hand and we're going to reach it back behind us. Palm up to begin with. Reach out your fingers. Spread them and then make a small ball and just start to roll that wrist. Just notice the interplay here, all the way from the wrists to the shoulder, up into the neck, into the jaw maybe even. And then you can just start to move that right hand, feeling into this, making some circles, whatever size suits you. Switch direction. Just bring that arm all the way up and over. Big breath in. Come up tall, both hands. Reach up, reset. Take those hands down. Let's just switch sides now with our foot. Bring the other foot in front. Sit up tall, inhale. Right hand down, left arm up and over. Reach, reach, reach. Drop that right ear down to the shoulder. Let's floss out the neck, nose to shoulder and back up. Just take it slow. See what the body's craving today. Last one, back into that neutral position, right ear down towards the shoulder. Lift that left arm, bring it slightly behind you. Spread the fingers, palm up to begin. And then small ball, closing those hands in or those fingers in, rolling it out. Then from here, just starting to floss into that shoulder joint. Again, feeling that interplay, how everything is so connected. Switch direction when it feels right. Maybe open up a little bit further behind you, staying anchored through that left sit bone. Then we're going to inhale, bring both arms all the way back up. Bring the hands behind you, interlock the fingers, touch the palms together, open up the chest, look up. Okay, from here we're going to bow forward, come to your depth, maybe forehead down, maybe not. Lifting those arms up as high as your body's going to allow. Keep breathing. And then we're going to inhale, come up. Keep your legs where they are. Bring your hands behind you, fingerprints pointing towards your heels. We're going to puff out that chest. You can let your head fall back slightly. Press both hands down, flattening out the palms. Huge stretch through that chest. So breathe into it. Bring the breath right below the neck, across the collarbones. This is also a great stretch into the wrists. And then we're going to curl down, squeeze those knees and hug around your knees. Curl back, forehead towards the knees, chin to chest. See if you can actually feel the spaces between the discs of your spine increasing. Opening up that interstitial fluid. Sit up tall, roll the shoulders down. Walk the heels in front of the knees. Bring your feet about hip width distance apart. Wrists are going to come directly under the shoulders. Fingers spread wide. We're going to start to lift our hips up. Tuck the chin to the chest. Get a little bit higher through those hips. Squeeze the glutes. Look down at your belly button. Reverse tabletop. Couple of deep breaths here. Press in through those feet, those hands a little bit higher. 3, 2, and 1. Sit your bum down. Cross your ankles in front of you. Bring your hands to your mat. Step on back. Downward facing dog. So take a moment here. Don't worry about alignment yet. Just pedal it up. Rocking up onto the toes, bending one knee, lowering the opposite heel. Staying with your breath, maybe coming back to your intention as a reminder of why you're showing up on your mat today. For me, it's getting back into my body. If it feels good to add a little twist here, a little bit of movement, feel free to do that. Keep that breath flowing. We're going to lift our right leg straight back behind us. We're going to keep that hip parallel with the mat. So the right hip bone is pointing down towards your mat. And just take a couple of breaths into that left bum cheek, the left outer leg. Bring the knee, the right knee into the chest. You're going to bring the forehead to the knee. Hold, a little hang time. And then step that foot between your hands. Walk it up if you need to. Back knee's going to come down. We're going to press down through the knee and the foot. And we're going to rise. Come all the way up. Big reach up to the sky. Drop the tailbone down. Bring the rib cage down. Squeeze into the glutes. Okay, from here, we're going to come into our goalpost arms. So elbows at 90 degrees. We're going to bend, lift the chest, look up, little back bend. Inhale, we're going to come up. We're going to take that hug again around our body. This time, chin to chest. You're going to drop the tailbone, scoop under, feeling a little bit more intensity now through that left hip flexor. Inhale, open up, goalpost arms, open the chest, look up. Exhale, hug it in, chin into chest. Back toes are tucked under for stability here. Inhale, open it up. Last one, curl it in. Let's take those arms up to the sky. We're going to do right hand underneath left. You can stay here grabbing opposite elbows. You can also bring the back of the hands together or come into eagle arms, full bind. Let's bring those elbows up a little bit higher. Breathing now. Nice, deep, full breaths right down into the belly. You can stay upright, or if you would like, you're going to bow forward, keeping the arms in their position, whatever you've chosen, maybe coming all the way to the inside of that leg, maybe staying up a little bit higher, your choice. Surrender, melt down, and just breathe. Whatever position you're at, whatever posture or shape you've chosen, just be in it. Don't be wishing somewhere else. Work with your body. Use your breath. Unlock. You're going to unwrap your hands. You're going to frame that right foot. Nice. So we're going to come into a lunge, a low-lying lunge. So your hands are going to stay down. You're going to transfer the weight to that front knee, dropping that back hip down. You can come up onto your fingertips or stay on the palms of your hands. Just look up. Lift your chin, keep the teeth together, open up the throat. And then we're going to shift our weight back behind us now. Back toes are still tucked under. Bum comes down. We're going to lift our front toes up and we're going to start to fold or lengthen up and over that leg. Being mindful of the hamstrings here. Breathing into your capacity. Lift your bum ever so slightly. Keep the toes facing up. Left hand's going to come down and we're going to take that right arm up to the sky. Big reach. Beautiful twist. If you fall, no big deal. You just come back in. It's an opportunity to try again. Top hand's going to float down. You're going to bend into that knee. Frame the foot to lift the back knee, not toes, back knee off the ground, and you're going to step on back plank. So this is our first high plank. Let's just take a moment here. Breathing into it. We're going to take our left hand under our nose. And remember, you can always come down to your knees. You don't need to do full plank, especially if you're feeling any resistance from that lower back. So left hand's going to come under your nose. You're going to rock over onto your toes. You can keep your feet apart or you can stack. You're going to lift your hips up and you're going to take that arm all the way up to the sky. Right arm's then going to track over your ear and you're going to hold. If you want to come into a kickstand, you can do that as well. Lots of options. Little challenge today. You're going to take your upper elbow and your knee and touch them. Holding. Extend. Crunch. Extend. Crunch. Turn everything back down to your mat. High plank. Hold. Knees down. Elbows soften. Lower all the way down. Untuck the toes. Tap the forehead. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. Lift the kneecaps off your mat. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, baby cobra. Start to peel your chest off your mat. Very little weight in the hands. Roll those shoulders back. Slowly lower, forehead down on the out breath. Press into the hands. We're going to come back, child's pose. Knees together, forehead down, palms down, elbows lifted. Breathe upper back. Pull yourself forward, tabletop. Tuck your toes under, downward facing dog. Nice deep breaths here. Right heel down, inhale, left leg up, left hip bone pointing towards the mat. Breathe into this, feel where this is feeling tight or stuck, and see if you can unlock it with that breath. Bring the knee into the chest, forehead to knee, round. And then you're going to step that foot through. Back knee drops. Inhale, take those arms all the way up. Big reach. Big breath. Goalpost arms, open up the center of the chest, slight back bend. Inhale, we're going to hug now, opposite way, chin to chest, tailbone down. Inhale, goalpost. Exhale, hug. One more time, inhale. Exhale, hold, couple of breaths. take those arms up. Left arm's going to come under the right this time. Back into opposite elbows, backs of the hands or eagle arms. Inhale, elbows up. Exhale, start to curl into yourself, whatever level that looks like. Humble warrior bow. Feel firm through that front foot. Plant it. Release the arms, frame the foot. You're going to bring that knee over the toes, back hip drops, hands down, looking all the way up. Open up the throat. Take a huge breath in. Exhale, start to slide the weight behind you, pulling the toes up, lengthening the spine, folding forward. Pull those toes back and you spread the toes out. Lift the hips ever so gently. You're going to press that right hand into the mat and you're going to lift your left arm, turn, rotation. Find your balance, find your breath. Top arm circles down, bend into the knee. We're going to lift our right knee up and step on back into our plank. Holding strong from the knees or all the way up. Heart between the hands. Locking in, squeezing into the bums, lifting the thigh muscles. Right hand into center. We're going to roll over now. Again, feet can be apart or stacked. We're going to lift those hips up. Take that upper arm up. Find our stability. And then take that arm over the ear. Staying here or taking that crunch. Lifting the leg, bringing the elbow and the knee together. Extend. Together. Extend. And together. Holding. And then circling the whole body back to the mat. Taking the arms out to the sides of your yoga mat. We're going to drop the knee down. Bend or soften into the elbows. Lower ourselves all the way down. Flip your toes, tops of the feet, forehead down. Big breath in. Exhale, lifting up into cobra. Maybe coming a little bit further now. If you feel like you can take this even further, you can walk those hands out. Press, rise. Coming into more of a seal pose. Slowly lengthen and fold all the way back. Slide the hands underneath the shoulders. Tuck the toes under. Press yourself up, tabletop, right into downward facing dog. You're going to look forward and you can either hop or step, bringing those feet between the hands. We're going to inhale, come up halfway, lengthening through the spine. Tuck that chin into chest. Feel the length through the spine, down the back of the legs. And then fold. From here, separate your feet. You're going to bend the knees, just kind of ragdolling a little bit. Releasing that lower back. You can turn your head. Let's keep this left knee bent and we're going to straighten out our right leg. We're going to bring that left hand under our nose and we're going to take that right arm up to the sky. reach up tall, you can stay here with the arms straight, or you can bend the elbow, grabbing the inside of that left thigh in a bind, opening the shoulder up. Release the bind, release the arm all the way back down. Let's inhale, come up halfway. Just let that land, let it settle. And then fold. Same thing now on the other side. We're gonna bend into the right knee. Bring the right hand under your nose. Sweep that left arm up to the sky. Staying here or wrapping the hand, coming to the inside of the thigh, opening up big. Release. Full forward. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, fold, plant your hands. We're gonna step back into our plank. Now you can drop your knees or full Chaturanga Dandasana with me. Bending those elbows, coming down 90 degrees. Pause. Inhale, pull forward, up dog, thighs lifted. Start to lift the hips, rolling over the toes, downward facing dog. Let's separate the feet, hip distance apart. You're gonna pick up your right hand. You can grab anywhere that's accessible on that left leg. You're gonna look under the left armpit. Switching sides, right hand down, left hand crosses over, breathing. Release. We're going to take that right leg back behind us again, hip bone facing towards the mat. This time we're going to circle forward, coming into our plank. We're going to bring the knee into the chest. Hang. Step it forward between the hands. We're going to come up into a high lunge. All the way up, growing tall, reaching up. Big breaths in and out. Let's come back into our eagle arms. Right arm underneath the left. Again, option shoulders, back of the hands, palms. We're going to lift those elbows up. And then just taking that back foot on a slight angle, bringing the heel down. We're going to fold to the inside of that right leg. Bowing. Unwrap the hands, frame the foot. We're going to pop up onto our back toes. You're going to bend your knee and you're going to pick up that back foot and place it down. So we're on railroad tracks. Our left toes are pointing to our left top hand corner, if your anatomy will allow. And you're going to start to pull that right hip back. Inhale, lengthen your spine, pyramid pose. Staying here, or if you wish, trying to keep the back heel down as much as possible. You're going to fold over that front leg, lifting up the thigh muscle or keeping a slight bend in the knee. Bend into your front knee now fully. Step forward. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, fold. Plant your hands. Step back. Plank. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Left foot up, straight back behind you, left hip bone down, holding here. Coming forward into plank, bringing that knee in towards the nose, holding, hovering, stepping foot through. High on your back toes, inhale, circle those arms coming all the way up. Breathe. Left hand underneath right, options, shoulder, back of the hand, coming into the bind. Inhale, elbows up. Turn that back foot out, plant the heel, start to fold to your capacity. Check. Make sure you're not just shallow breathing, that there's some really deep breaths feeding this pose. Unwrap the hands, frame the foot, pop back up onto your back toes. Just hold here for a second, breathing. And then we're gonna pop forward, bringing that back foot on that 45-degree angle. We're gonna start to pull that left hip back. You can even take your thumb and kind of manually do that. We're gonna inhale, lengthen the spine, staying nice and long through the legs, through the spine, and grounded through our feet. When and if you're ready, you can start that bow, that surrender forward. Plant your hands, bend into that front knee. We're gonna step on back into our plank, and we're gonna hold plank. Little hover. Breath in, Chaturanga Dandasana, up dog, down dog. Let's take 3 breaths here before we transition down onto our mats. Bend your knees, drop them to the mat, sit on back. Let's just take this folded leg position right now, closing the eyes, dropping the chin to the chest. If you've lost the breath, just finding it again. Reconnecting with your why, your intention. Reconnecting with your heart, your breath, yourself. Flutter the eyes open, roll over onto the side. Bring those legs out in front of you. Flex the toes up to the ceiling. You're going to remove any tissue underneath the glutes, and then we're going to sit up nice and tall. Let's pull those toes back, fire up into our quads, Dandasana, and just hold our staff pose. Shoulders moving away from the ears, nice straight arms, fingers spread. Breathe in. Exhale, extend, fold forward to your capacity. Maybe grabbing onto the legs or the feet. Let's take this a little bit more passive. If you want to bend your knees, you can. Just roll into yourself. Walk your hands back. Bend the knees, soles of the feet together. Walk the groin close to the heels. You keep the hands behind us. Press in through the hands, drop the knees down. And breathing here. Nice opening for those inner thighs. Close your eyes. And release. Bring those knees back up. We're going to bring the feet edges to the edges of your mat. You're going to windshield wiper those knees back and forth. On this round, we're going to keep the knees over to the right. That right hand's going to plant underneath the shoulder. We're going to tuck the tailbone under. We're going to lift up. We're going to bring that arm back overhead. Big breath. Stretch it out. Whole left side of the body, ending like how we began. Look down to your hand. Look behind you. And then sit your bum down. Inhale, knees up. Take it over. Other side, same thing. Left hand under left shoulder. Tuck the tailbone. Lift the hips. Big back bend. Reach, stretch. Look behind you. Squeeze into that right bum cheek. And then settle yourself down on your mat. Okay, slow roll down. We're going to come onto our mat. We're going to do a spinal twist and then our final Shavasana. So you're almost there. Before we do our roll down, we're going to take boat pose. So let's just bring our toes down onto our mat. Heels are lifted. Chest is broad. Collarbone is open. Just grab at the back of the legs and we're going to float our toes up. So we're resting on those sit bones. Now for some of us, this may be where we stay today, or bringing the hands out to the side. Keep that chest open. We're not collapsing. If you feel like you can take it a bit further, you're going to extend those legs. Pull up the thigh muscles. Chest still lifting. Arms up. We're holding 3 breaths. Let's do that again. In through the nose, out through the mouth. Embrace the shake. One more. Awesome. Toes tap down. Very slow curl down. Knees back into the chest. Big hug. Bring the feet to the floor. Slide your bum over to the left. And then you're going to bring those knees back into your chest, stacked on one another, and you're going to drop them over to the right. Take the arms out wide. Goalpost arms or straight arms. Lock in that left shoulder. Pick up your head if it's okay for your neck, turning over to the left. If you have something close by that you want to stick between your knees, a sweater, a pillow, a blanket, you can do that. If it feels okay for you and you need a little bit more intensity, you're going to take that right hand on top of the knees, just as a gentle weight. Still using that breath. Still connecting with center. Eyes back up. You're going to lift the top leg, lift the bottom leg, bring your feet onto the ground, shift yourself so you're straight. Let that lower back come into your mat. Hands are going to come onto your thigh flesh. You're going to straighten out your arms. Just give a little tractioning for that lower back, chin into chest. Release that. Pick up your hips. Swivel them over to the right. Knees in and dropping them over to the left. Arms back out, cactus or straight in a T. Pick up the head looking to the right. Settling in. Whatever part of the day you're moving into, it may be morning, it may be afternoon, it may even be evening. Just embracing it with that open heart, clear thoughts, warm heart, being intentional, being responsive, not reactive. Meeting your day with lots of smiles. Eyes back up, lifting top leg, bottom leg, straightening yourself out on your mat. Take a hug in, knees in. This time we're going to curl up into a small ball, forehead to the knees, squeeze tight. And I want you to think about any tension you're having. Maybe it's externally, maybe it's internally, battles, stress, anxiety. There's a lot going on in our world right now. So just taking all of that excess, bringing it into your body and just squeezing it, holding it here with the intention of releasing it. Hold as tight as you can for 3, for 2, for 1. Now we're going to let it go. We're going to give it over. Bring your feet to the edges of your mat. Make sure that spine is straight, shoulder blades are tucked under, palms are facing up. We can just windshield wiper those feet back and forth, just letting the hip flexors relax. And when you feel that you've had enough of that, turning the toes out to the left and to the right. And then feel the skull bones melt. Feel the shoulders melt. Feel the lower back, the sacrum melting. The backs of the arms, wrists, hands. The back of the legs, the calves, the heels. Feel the gravitational force pulling you down into the earth. Melting. Let go of any trying to breathe a certain way. Just allow nature to take over, your natural breathing pattern. The eyes are heavy. Shavasana is a gift to yourself. This isn't for anybody else but you. You've worked your whole practice for this moment. Time to reap the reward. Slowly begin to move the extremities, fingers and toes, rolling wrists and ankles. zipping your legs together. Take your arms overhead. Big stretch, flipping your palms, interlocking your fingers, pushing those knuckles away. Bend your knees, roll over onto your right side. Fetal position, just using your arm as a pillow. Just coming back to your intention this morning, what you set. And then just seeing if that is something that you want to carry into the rest of your day. And if it is, drink it in. Or maybe it's something you just leave on your mat today. Press your top hand into the ground. Lift yourself up, coming up to a seated position. Let's just close our class all together. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, draw that energy into heart center. Draw in anything that you're going to need for the rest of your day. Bow the head to the heart, connecting love and wisdom. Just feel the power of the collective yoga community. Think about everyone in the world that's practicing right now with you. Maybe different time zones, maybe different practices, different teachers, different cultures, different backgrounds, different concerns, different aches. But we're all in this experience together, this journey into ourselves. This learning to dance in the rain. The movement of breath, the movement of prana, life force energy. I want you to feel that connection. And if you're able to tap into it, send it back out so somebody else can feel it. And if you're not able to tap into it yet, that's okay. Thank you so much from the bottom of my heart for showing up on your mat today. I know it felt really good for me to be back in my body. Have a beautiful day. Namaste.